Yun po.
Okay, go
Ano
ahead.
lang. Okay po. Yung topic ko po is about managing IT and organizational changes. Next slide po. So ito po yung content ng aking topic, organizational development. We will define what is organizational development, reasons behind for organizational development, IT organization structure, then the effective organizational change management and approaches to developing IT project teams. Next slide po. So organizational development refers to the study and implementation of practices, systems, and techniques that affect organizational changes. And the goal for changes is to modify an organization's performance and or culture. The changes are typically initiated by the group of stakeholders. Working on organizational development has expanded to focus on all in aligning organizations with the rapidly changing and complex environments through learning and knowledge management and transformation of the organization norms and values. Next slide po. Next slide na lang din po. So to effectively manage the changes in organization, the HR should initiate 6 steps. Yung first is to clearly define the change and align to business goals. So kailangan the organization may present sa group kung bakit kailangan ng changes, especially sa structure, sa change management, ano ang reasons behind. So kailangan yung HR masabi or ma-emphasize sa lahat ng affected na individual or employee sa isang organization. And the second is to determine the impacts on those affected. So yun po, kailangan kung ano yung department yung affected, so kailangan din niya mag-focus doon sa kuan. And the third is to develop a communication strategy. So since according sa ibang literature, 70% daw ng management change ay failure due to hindi masyadong i-deliver ng top management kung bakit may reasons, yung reasons behind sa changes in their organization. So nagkakaroon ng mga attitude daw yung mga employee towards management. Yan po. The next slide po. Then the fourth is provide effective training. So pagka other reasons for changes in the organization, yung iba pag nalipat ng ibang trabaho or let's say nasa isang organization siya, then due to nag-improve may kailangan gawing changes sa business, nailipat siya ng ibang department or yung isang nag-hire ng ibang manager or may na-promote na isang staff to a higher position. So meron na agad na changes in the organizational structure. So an HR must provide an effective way to train such individual. So, and then the fifth is that implement a support structure. So kapag may hinire na bagong, let's say, bagong manager or promoted na staff, yung HR management should provide support in a way in dealing, especially sa mga magiging subordinates niya. Ma-apply din po yung third kanina na effective communication strategy para po magkakaroon ng understanding sa bawat isa. And then yung mga support na kailangang gagawin ng HR sa isang manager para ma-manage niya effectively yung kanyang magiging department. And then the sixth is measure the change process. So after nung mga na-in place na yung mga changes sa isang organization structure, so syempre meron po yung mga KPIs na binibigay na which is it should be measurable sa isang team, sa organization, since it's not just the manager lang naman, kundi kasama na rin yung buong team na kung mamimit ba nila yung kanilang KPIs na nakaset sa kanilang department. The next slide po. Yun po yung kanina po. Then approaches to developing an IT project team. So in general, the project approach involves the selection of project management practices, means, and methods that the project management team should perform based on the specific high-level project characteristics gathered from the project charter. So the whole team approach is a style of project management in which everyone on the project team is held equally responsible for the quality and success of the project. Each team member must know and appreciate every other team member's strength and skills. Next slide po. So yun po. Important steps in building a new team. There should be a clear mission of scope statement from the team's sponsor. Creating this should be part of the team's kick-off process. So kung may bagong project, so kailangan alam ng mag-handle ng project kung ano ba yung kanilang dapat gawin. So dapat klaro po sa mag-handle ng project. Yun. And then the teams need the clear support of the organization's leadership, including concrete support such as release time, funding, and resources. So kung may bagong project na gagawin, so dapat yung mga resources na kailangan ay intact at readily available. Then the third one is selecting the right team members. So dito na po yung papasok na yung mga selection, ano yung mga criteria na kailangan para sa isang team member. At yung kanilang mga qualifications po na na-discuss na ng mga topics natin sa ibang ng mga last reporters po. Next po. So this is sample lang po ng isang IT team organization. Yeah, well, so syempre sa isang, lalo na kung malaki na isang company at kaya na nilang bumuo ng isang department mismo ng IT, since yung IT department, yun yung magiging responsible sa lahat ng internet and mga software development na ina-apply sa business. Example doon yung mga Oracle, yung Peachtree sa mga accounting applications, and then yung mga QLIMS, yun po. So responsible nun yung IT department. So kung may ganung project ang isang business, kailangan yung i-maintain ng experts sa field. So essential na magkaroon ng mismong IT department. So ito po ay isa lang pong sample ng structure ng isang IT department. Merong technology officer, then meron din under niya yung application development, IT management, IT security, then user support and services. Next slide po. So ito po yung example kung kukuha halimbawa ng isang qualification ng IT personnel. Yung IT management or the department head, ito yung involved sa lahat ng malawak po yung sakop niya. Kasama na rin dito yung project management and administration. Then the software application, which is responsible mostly sa programming and system architecture ng mga applications na ginagamit sa company. Next slide po. Then we also have the IT support and services. Ito naman yung usual na tinatawag ng ibang department para kung halimbawa may problema sila sa software application, yung paggamit mismo ng app, at kaya may problema yung hardware ng kanilang computer. Then the IT security, ito naman, ito involved to sa confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Kasama na rin dito sa kanilang scope ng work yung mga CCTVs, install archivings ng mga files. Yan po. Next slide po. Yun. Yun lang po. Thank you.
Okay na po.
Yes po, Mama. Tapos na po yung group.
Okay.
namin, 30.
So, okay, before we may proceed, I'll just want to add some summary of the discussions related to human resource. Now, so the IT projects will continue to consume organizational energy, time, and money. Yet the approach of managing and learning in IT projects can, with incremental adaptations, result in far greater effectiveness and organizational impact in IT projects. So with hundreds of billions of dollars in waste being chalked up each year, IT projects are going to face increasingly scrutiny before they are started and throughout their life cycle. So with some incremental change, IT can continue its growth with less of the burden of failure it bears today. So the model and approach provides a framework for planning, implementing, and evaluating organizational development efforts in the IT environment, allowing organizations to envision success and efforts in an IT environment, allowing organizations to envision success. And this model becomes more common. It will be useful and informative to perform benchmarking within and among organizations in order to assess effectiveness and illustrate the possibilities presented by this approach. So it will be useful to track organization using this approach over a period of years now, and to compare their performance to those with different approaches. So organization might also consider augmenting this approach with a system for capturing and reinvesting IT project, saving in a measurable way. So IT and projects that create it are going to be increasingly integral part of modern life in 3 years to come. So most organizations already depend upon a robust IT infrastructure. So the challenge is the years to come or coming years will be integrated rather than compartmentalized. Building the capacity of human system and technological systems is in tandem to produce that most effective collaboration, embrace the concept of learning organization, where people continually expand their capacity to create the results they truly desire. When where new and expansive patterns of thinking are nurtured, where collective aspiration is set free, and where people are continually learning how to learn together. So again, the common issue causing IT failure in ways and magnitude and consequences of the problem. So organizational development is a field uniquely qualified to collaborate with IT to address these issues. So using this model, the OD practitioner or team can easily establish a collaborative, mutual, beneficial relationship with an IT project manager. So of course, we need to address some issues in human resource management when it comes to IT, especially the internet, how to gain entry into projects, and others. Okay, So I think that's it for this topic.